I would just say, look at it as like a normal relationship. You don't just cut straight and then you just never talk again.
You were at the Super Bowl with Peter and Kelley. What happened, Blake?
You do pay attention, Sarah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that was the first time I had met Kelley in person. She's great. Phenomenal. I love her. Met Kelsey too. They were both together. Both great women. And yeah, I mean, let's just say they care a lot about each other, and it's really hard to like have that public breakup that they had. And it's just like a regular relationship, it's like very rarely do you break up and never talk to that person again, never see that person again. So I think if you step back and look at it like as a normal relationship, like of course they're going to see each other again and they still care about each other. You can't just turn that off. Now, whether they're trying to get back together or not, I don't really know too much. But they still care for each other, just like most exes do, especially when they had the long relationship like they did. So I would just say, look at it as like a normal relationship. You don't just cut straight and then you just never talk again. Most of the time you end up talking again. So that's how I look at it.
I'm not going to lie, Blake. I went back and I watched your breakup with Becca because I knew I was talking to you today, and I remembered tears, but there were even more tears than I recalled.
It was a lot.
Yes. But it made you very sympathetic. I feel like people, correct me if I'm wrong, really rallied around you. You were like a beloved character on the show. And then the paradise of it all kind of went, a different way. But how can you tell me a little bit about like that? I don't want to say downfall because that's a harsh word, but like, did you feel like you went from kind of being a beloved, sympathetic character to not so much?
A little bit. Like, yeah, in the moment kind of, but as I look back at it, not so much. But yeah, I mean, I guess coming off, Bachelorette, I think, and this happens with, most people who get their heart broken on national television. I always say, like, I'm nothing special. Like, I'm very ordinary. I just happen to fall in love on national, like, on television. That's why, But it was weird because I think people thought, that people build you up to be something you're necessarily not. And I know there's been other people who have kind of spoke on that a little bit, but it's hard to be this person, this, like, almost perfect person. And everybody thought I was a super sensitive guy and, like, super, I don't know, like emotional and like all that. And I am now, especially coming off the show, but at the same time, like I'm not this person who like constantly talks. I'm a very funny, laid back guy. Like in that environment, I wasn't, especially there towards the end. Like I was in my head a lot. It's a hard environment, but like I am a pretty laid back and funny guy. And I think 99% of people would tell you that, but I try to like, in a weird way, you try and like play into the edit you get. And so I try to be that perfect person. And I'm obviously nobody is, I'm not. And so going into Paradise, yeah, it was hard. And I've told everybody I've talked to, I've obviously talked to like Tyler C and all these people. I'm like, man, if you get a good edit, Mike Johnson, I'm like, fucking don't go to Paradise. Like, just don't do it, because you would just, they don't like when people get a little like quote unquote bigger than the show. They don't like that, and they will tear you down, and you become a target. You become a target, an easy target, because it's easy to fall from the peak, than it is like in the middle. It's easier to fall from the top. So yeah, I tell those people, and yeah, Paradise was super hard because I think I was an easy target, and did I make mistakes? Yeah, to a degree, but I was always honest and, with those women and everything. And I think, people saw, a chance to kind of take advantage of me in that whole situation. It was hard to watch, and it hurt really bad to see people then also not on the beach, like people, alumni take advantage of it as well and kind of like speak on it and throw me under the bus for retweets, likes, and podcast listens. So all that's really hard. It was a hard process, to say the least.
Why did everyone think that you guys were going to get back together when her and Garrett broke up 3 years after the season aired?
I know, it's pretty fun. I think it's interesting that me and Becca have a great relationship. I think that is a little strange, from past seasons. Me and Becca have a great relationship. We talk, we're friends. And so I think maybe that was one of it. And also the way her and Garrett ended, I think people just want to see me and Becca happy, which is a compliment. Like, it means a lot. It really, really does. But yeah, I mean, we're close friends and everything, and we're like always gonna have each other's back and care for each other. But I don't know why everybody was shipping us so hard, or it still is shipping us pretty hard.
That was a quick turnaround too. I feel like people were like, oh, okay. And the same thing kind of happened with Hannah Brown, but at least it made more sense because like the Jed thing happened, like it was within minutes with the Tyler thing. But I feel like still people, they are both in relationships, and Bachelor Nation can't let it go. So it must be a weird thing to, especially if you ever are dating someone, for them to know that there's like people out there shipping you with someone else.
Yeah, that's just, it's very hard, and it's very hard to like, yeah. Let's just say it can be hard on if you're dating somebody, and even super casual, like it's like they're like super confused, and you try to explain to them, it's hard, super hard.